Welcome to British Royal Family Updates. The BBC cameraman was spotted out of the corner of the King's eye during the rehearsal, when the most vital part of the ceremony, anointing the monarch with holy oil, was being run through. The journalist had left his assigned post to attempt to film the rehearsal. Sorry for interrupting. Before we continue, if you're new to our channel, please subscribe and turn on the notification bell for more updates. Thank you. A BBC cameraman was reportedly thrown out of Coronation rehearsals and banned from covering the main event after King Charles thought he was secretly trying to film a walkthrough for a key moment. The King spotted the BBC employee out of the corner of his eye and was apparently concerned he was covertly attempting to film when he shouldn't have been. And top-level sources have said that Charles told officials, "He's not filming my coronation." The veteran cameraman was then escorted out of Westminster Abbey by security. Senior sources have said that the journalist had left his officially assigned post near the entrance and was spotted attempting to view the sacred anointing run-through. They say the cameraman had his mobile phone out and was lingering near the screens. The senior cameraman was then escorted out of the Abbey by security in front of puzzled dignitaries. The cameraman's filming accreditation was reportedly torn up by a BBC boss on the steps of the Abbey. He was suspended with immediate effect and banned from working for the national broadcaster over the coronation weekend. The man's pattern of behavior had alarmed witnesses, according to insiders, who also reportedly feared he was attempting to shoot unauthorized footage of Charles on his phone. A source told The Sun. This was a humiliation for the BBC and left everyone involved in deep shock. Charles spotted the cameraman trying to film him during the run-through for the most sensitive part of the ceremony. The BBC guy was looking shifty as he lurked in view of the screens holding his mobile phone. He had no business being there whatsoever. He had an accredited spot in the Abbey. It is highly irregular for any journalist to leave their set position in such circumstances. And it's deeply concerning to think he would be trying to film precious moments deliberately hidden from public view. The rehearsal had included going over the most important act of the religious ceremony, when the king was anointed with holy oil. This section of the coronation was always going to be hidden from both spectators in the Abbey and those watching on television at home. Another source said, "It is a horrendous suggestion that the king's privacy would be invaded in this way." The rehearsal was a stressful, anxious time for everyone concerned. The BBC senior cameraman was a disgrace and rightly given his marching orders. This comes as pressure mount on the BBC after being criticised for its anti-competitive restriction of access to coronation coverage. It is believed it backed down prior to its starting. The man's removal from the Abbey was not commented on by Buckingham Palace. The BBC has said it will not comment on individual employees. Despite the brevity of his UK visit, Prince Harry reportedly made a quick trip to Buckingham Palace following the King's coronation. The Duke of Sussex was only there for half an hour, arriving and leaving before seeing the royal family. It is understood that Harry travelled directly to Heathrow Airport while his family fulfilled public coronation duties. The Duke's visit was reported to be purely for logistical reasons, as it enabled him to be out of the public gaze momentarily after the 2-hour service at Westminster Abbey. Harry is not believed to have seen or spoken to his family and did not feature in the official coronation portraits. Palace sources emphasized that his lack of contact was purely for practical reasons, as Harry was eager to get back to America as quickly as possible. The palace visit is said to have happened while the senior royals were occupied with the procession, taking the salute from the military and making a palace balcony appearance, reports The Telegraph. He was spotted soon afterwards catching a 3:45 p.m. flight to Lax at Heathrow Airport. While the Duke was commonly a guest throughout Queen Elizabeth II's reign, it is the first time he has returned to the palace since her funeral, despite visiting the UK earlier this year to attend his court cases. During his 36-hour stay on British soil, he resided at his former family home, Frogmore Cottage in Windsor. Harry was collected from Frogmore by a black BMW just prior to 9:30 a.m. for the commute to Westminster Abbey. The Duke reportedly assigned a Scotland Yard protection squad as his security. The coronation was Harry's first appearance with his family since his memoir Spare hit bookshelves in